Netflix and Crunchyroll had a security breach, resulting in plenty of anime and other series similar to be completely leaked. Some being just one episode, others being entire seasons. Of course, if you already saw my channel, there's a good chance that you saw the video I did about ReZero Season 3, Episode 1 being leaked. Yes. I made a video a little bit earlier, 10 hours ago before I went to work. You can go ahead and watch it if you would like. I already talked about it, gave my opinion, whatever. Now, the reason I bring that up is for the fact that at the time, I knew that ReZero, Spellbound, Dan, and a few other things were leaked. I thought that was it. I thought I knew everything. I did not. I did not. There's more, a lot more to be exact with you. I'm not going to say every single thing that I literally went over earlier about because, well, who wants to do that? But just for you guys to know, there were some things like Season 2 of Arcane, Terminator Zero, which I definitely did mention in the video earlier, Dan, Ranma, there's just a lot of things. Now, come on. Of course, you saw the video earlier. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you've seen it from somewhere else. Why am I saying it all again? Because there's more shows, which makes it even more important for all of us, the people that like certain things, like the fans of ReZero, the fans of Arcane Season 2 and Terminator Zero, and so on. The real fans. We have to get together. The only way to actually support the people that make these shows is to obtain the material legally. Don't share it to other people. In reality, if you truly supported the person, you would actually watch the shows the right way. That actually directly contributes to them, or at least for the most part. I don't actually know the in and outs. Now, come on, it's pretty obvious. Leads aren't all... They're not good. All you're actually doing is making it harder to actually sustain the production. Making things like only season 1s with great shows and stuff happening more frequently. It's pretty obvious. You don't watch it the legal way, the way that they actually get paid for it, they have no money. It's pretty simple, one-to-one thing. Don't get me wrong, there's more nuances and this and that and whatever. Now, I got curious, looked up some things to get an idea of what actually happened, some other people's opinions. One or two people that have come up. I'm going to show you right here. We got Stephanie Shea, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I do apologize if I did that wrong. I'm just, I'm trying my best. And we have Jen Hurler. Stephanie Shea, I actually did a little research on her before I read her statement here. Stephanie Shea worked on quite a few things. She actually was in Naruto, Bleach, Eureka 7. I actually remember watching it when I was very young and all that cool stuff. Whatever, though. She's been in video games like BioShock 2, True Crime, Devil May Cry 4, etc., etc. Basically meaning that she has some background. She believes, I do apologize again if that's anything offending you. I know it's tempting, but please, I did not mean to click that, but please don't watch the leaks. We all work so hard to bring you these shows as fast and good as possible. When there's a leak, all studios end up getting punished just in case it happens again. Obviously, you steal from a job, they make it harder to steal again, making it a lot more strict and harder for the people. We also have from Jen over here, leaked hurt artists. Please don't circulate them. Don't support them. I feel terrible for all of the crew. Multiple major anime features, series, anime, etc. The anime industry doesn't need this. If you're a fan and you support this in any way, you aren't actually. And I totally agree. You're not. You're not helping the people literally get paid. Don't get me wrong. You might have this opinion and that opinion about supporting big companies, but like, bro, if you like ReZero, for example, I'm assuming you would want the anime studio to continue to actually create the show and get it out on time. Who's to say this won't mess it up, like, not forever or nothing? Don't get me wrong, it probably will still come out, but there's a good chance that maybe it won't sell as good. Anyways, to continue this, I actually also looked at what company or people or whatever, was responsible for the leak. Now, I don't know how true this is, but I've seen it in multiple different sources now. I'm not talking about this Reddit being the source, but I was just curious what people were saying. It says, I'm not going to pronounce this, but it says statement from Iono or Iono, how we pronounce it. The dubbing company responsible for Netflix leak, right? Iono is aware of a recent security issue involving unauthorized access to confidential content, protecting our clients, blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. basically the leak happened with them. Maybe they were showing unfinished, like the product or whatever. I don't know. Not necessarily. Don't care. The point of me bringing them up is the fact that people have very, very interesting opinions about the leaks and everything. And I didn't even think about this, but they're basically saying, like, for some reason, you can, I'll probably link this too, if I remember. Probably won't, to be honest. You can just see it in the top. But they're basically saying, like, when Japan releases their anime, their shows, whatever, of course they gotta come to us in the West and blah blah blah, and then they gotta make like the dub and better whatever in our language and stuff. And usually, most of the time, it's pretty delayed. Like Japan might get it in a certain time, we'll get it a few days or even weeks later. We're pretty used to that. However, there's been certain shows leaked or put out a few days later, or sorry, early, and kind of messed up the entire, production, I guess you can say, of those said shows. And there's a good chance that a lot of these might have the same similar effect, you know, like, delayed production, or maybe just completely stop production. I don't know how true that's going to happen, or how true that is, or whatever, but I'm just saying it's totally a possibility. In my opinion, you should not support this, and you should simply wait like everybody else. Even boycotting or helping to stop and get rid of this would be nice. That is my opinion, and I simply wanted to do a little bit more research into the topic and just show you guys. Yeah, don't watch the leaks. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Bye bye. Hopefully you enjoyed. Yeah.